Hello everybody, it's Dwayne from Big Sugar, and today we are in the home yard on Marion Street, and it is April 3rd I think today. Yesterday we had slush, snow, freezing rain. It was awful. It was a terrible day yesterday. And today, right now, it is 11 o'clock, and I think it is 15 degrees and sunny. Welcome to Ontario and April in Ontario. Today's video, I am gonna go into the colony that was queenless or was a drone layer, which is this one right here. So the last video we looked at this one, and it had a lot of just a little bit of brood, and it was all male bees, all drones. So we'll get back into this one and see if we can find a queen, which I don't think we will. If we find a queen, that means she's a drone layer and she's got to go, and I've got a new queen to go in. Keith and myself, Keith from KFBs and myself, went down for a ride, and he picked up a whole bunch of queens. They're buckfast from Chile, I think. So that's what's going to go in there today. We're going to do one of three methods. I'm either going to shake all the bees just outside here somewhere, 10-15 meters away, and shake every bee out. So if it's a laying worker situation, that laying worker will not find her way back to the hive. If the flying bees will all come back and come right back to the entrance. They've been out before, so they'll know where to come back. Then I'm going to go in one of these other stronger hives, something like that one, or I've got a couple other ones marked out there, and I'm going to steal a frame of capped brood and clinging bees to give them a boost. So in theory, by the end of this video, this queenless or drone layer or drone laying queen will be queen right, with a whole host of reinforcements about to emerge off of that frame of brood we're going to give them. It's a caged queen, and I'm thinking I might actually use a push-in cage, and that's another technique. Basically, it's a push-in cage. You put the queen underneath of the cage and over top some just about ready to emerge capped brood, and that brood will emerge inside the frame, and that will be the only queen she knows, or they know, and they will love her and accept her. And I'll leave it in there for a few days after that and come out and release her, and she'll start laying eggs in a perfect world. So we'll be right back, and we'll keep going with this video. Well, got a smoker lit, got a veil on, and I'm going to get into this hive here. Very busy. Ugly bottom board. Very busy up top. And I might get into that one too. Gonna have a look to see if we can steal a frame of brood. Here I've got the brick at the back, which if I did it right means that that should be a strong colony, possibly a donor colony. Crack the lid, a little bit of smoke. Give it a second. And have a look here. Definitely a good, strong colony. Look at the water coming off of. You see that? It rained so hard yesterday. That's nuts. No queen on the lid. Quick look. Good looking colony. That is 9 frames of bees all the way across. Try and push them down a little bit here. Let's see what's available. Lots of propolis. Didn't choose very well today, wearing a completely black shirt. Not the smartest guy. So there is some open nectar in there. I don't know if you can see it or not, but there's open nectar in there. No brood. Pretty good attitude so far. Nice polished cells. Waiting on eggs, but don't see any eggs. So maybe not strong enough to donate the frame. It's a good looking frame there. You can see the strip. Light strip. So this is nice actually. It's got a lot of newly hatched cells with new larvae back inside. This one's big enough to take from. No gloves today. That's another frame very similar to the last one. It's emerging brood. With some cat brood still on the bottom here. No queen. Not supposed to touch those with your fingers, by the way. It's another nice frame. That one's super nice. That would be my preference to take. But I would also like to make sure there's no queen on there. So when I put this frame into that hive that's a little weak and likely no queen, they need some reinforcements. There's probably 1,000 bees or more on that frame. Those are all nurse bees, and the majority of them are nurse bees. And then all the brood underneath that's going to emerge shortly. There'll also be more reinforcements. So I'll pause it here, and I think that's the frame I'm going to swipe. So of course, the second I say I can't find the queen, here she is right here. So she's a red dot. She's a red dot here. So she's an older queen. 2024, I think. 2023 maybe. But she is beautiful. Look at that. So I'm gonna mark this as a hive that I'm going to graft from. Just lovely. Fat. Oh, I like big butts. Lovely. Not running on the combs. Bees are calm. Definitely a queen to think about making some extra queens from. Okay, back to you. Okay, so this is the queenless hive, or possibly drone layer. And we'll know shortly here which is which. So it's not great. There's only really 2 seams of ease. So in all honesty, this hive should be culled. Maybe put above an excluder double screen board to try and limp it through. But for educational purposes, we will have a look. But normally, this hive would be just culled out. Add the small amount of resources that are still left, bee power wise, to another hive. I'm good at making propolis. Let's burr comb its bottom. So it's an empty frame, just a little bit of honey on the margins. Very little. So what do we have here? There's a queen right there. There's a queen. So I might be completely wrong. I'm going to pause the video and go look for some eggs. So I found her right away. Here's the queen. She looks all right. She's not overly large. She's not damaged. So we're going to give her a little mark here. And there's a very good chance that she's not going to continue in this hive, but since I found her, easiest thing to do is to mark her. Hopefully you can get a good look at her there. Definitely buck fast queen. So I'm going to put her right back on the frame here, gently. And now we'll look for some more evidence. Eggs, larvae. Really not seeing much of anything. So yeah, we'll just leave her right on that frame. She can sit right there. and we'll pop a couple more frames. But I'd say, yeah, poorly mated queen, drone layer. So, some proof that even though that queen looks beautiful, nothing obviously wrong with her. Look what she's doing. This is all drone. That's all drone. Those are boy bees. So this hive is doomed. Without beekeeper intervention, without some help, this hive just dies. Because boy bees only have one job, and that's to mate with the queens. They don't do anything else, and without tens of thousands of female bees, worker bees, this colony is doomed. So, there we go. Learned something today. Bad queen, poorly mated, or something just went wrong, but she is not doing anything at all. So then we've got honey, 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 and honey. So they've got lots of food. I'll give them a pollen patty. We're gonna pinch that existing queen that I have found, and she's marked, so it'll be easy to grab her. Here is the frame of brood with adhering bees. So here comes the reinforcements. Reinforcements are in. This frame is not ruined, but it's an ugly, ugly shape because of all the drone brood. It's different sized. It's just ugly. Just got stung. But still a little bit of bee coverage there. So they'll go in. The next step is to squash the queen, which seems horrible, but there's no way around it. She is a dud. So I won't do it on camera. Some people hate that. So I will pinch this queen off, and I'm going to introduce a new queen in the cage with her attendants. I'm not going to do the push in. I'm just going to put in a new queen, and we'll show that in a second. Okay, we're back, and we have the new queen. Likely can't see anything in there, but there's a marked queen. It's buckfast from Chile, and a few attendants. She looks pretty good. So all I'm going to do is put this last frame of bees in. Clean up this burr comb. Just gonna stick her between the frames here. Let's just watch what happens. So there's interest already. What you can do, you can just try and push those bees off. And if those bees are on like Velcro, they do not like her. Doesn't mean they won't accept her without a few more tricks, but they don't like her right away. But you can see those bees are not aggressively trying to get at or sting that queen that's in that cage. And I can literally just pull them off. So, that's great news. That means they already love her. And loving her is half the battle. So, I'll get this thing tidied up. But that's basically it. We have done our best to give, done everything that I know that we can do for that little hive. And maybe I shouldn't have bothered, it's hard to say. But they've got a fighting chance, and they will certainly bounce back, and probably very quickly. And we'll call it a win. Look at them. They love her. So there's candy down here. So this is just fondant, sugar candy, whatever you want to call it. And that whole tunnel is filled with candy. So it will take them a day or 2 or 3 for them to chew through all that candy and release her. And then she might take a day or 2 or 3 to kind of plump up, because they'll start feeding her heavily, feeding her, get her egg production back into cycle, and I'd say within a week she will be laying eggs, probably sooner. So that's it. Dwayne from Big Sugar Farms. If you like the videos, give us a little like. Thanks for watching. Oh, we also have nukes for sale. I'm so bad at this. We have 4-frame nukes for sale. We're gonna have 50 or so. We had such great results over the winter. We had hardly any loss at all. So every one of these colonies is gonna get a split. Specifically all these doubles. So anything you see with 2 boxes on the top there, they will all be split. We'll remove the queen from one half of the box and we'll make a nuke for you. So you are gonna get what I think are the best nukes available. Those queens were born the middle to end of last summer. So you're getting queens that are in their absolute prime, their first full season of laying. Look it up. That is their biggest egg production by far. So you're getting overwintered queens, proven. They lived through an entire winter in Ontario. So if you need nukes, go to bigsugarfarm.com, go under products, under shop, and you'll see all the information for reserving a nuke. We probably have 10 or 15 left that aren't spoken for. All right guys, thanks for watching. Have a great